Now, Charles C.W. Cooke is a conservative, and he brings to this dialogue a very important dynamic. And I do think it's important. I do believe it's real. I do believe we should not be blinded to the very real wounds that people have. And listen, I don't think there's any rational explanation for looting and rioting and the kind of violence we saw in the streets of Los Angeles after the Rodney King verdict was announced, or the kind of rioting and violence and looting we're seeing in Ferguson, Missouri. But there are people who will say, but there is a frustration felt in the black community. There is an anger. There is a resentment. There are real wounds. And I'm trying to heed the message from Benjamin Franklin that justice won't be served until those who are unaffected are as outraged as those who are. I'm not affected by any of this, quite frankly, but I am not uninterested. I am very interested. People have asked me, why do you spend so much time on race relations on your show, Mike? And the answer is simple. Because I genuinely and deeply care about race relations in America. I'm willing to concede that maybe sometimes I don't go about it the right way. And Charles Cooke's column makes me rethink my approach. My approach is to say to a angry young black caller, what the heck's wrong with you? White cops aren't going around, white cops in particular, aren't going around looking to gun down young black kids. What the heck's wrong with you? Eric Garner was arguing with the cops. You don't argue with the cops. In other words, I guess there's a possibility that I appear uninterested because this is not a dynamic that affects me. Well, it's not. Police officer stops me, I'm going to be respectful, I'm going to be polite, I'm going to be civil, I'm going to afford a police officer the respect that I believe a police officer deserves. Now, not everybody reacts that way, and there's a whole bunch of white people that don't react that way either. That's not limited to black Americans. I've ridden with enough police officers and spent enough time on ride-alongs to know. A whole bunch of my majority, not minorities, who treat cops with utter disrespect and brutal behavior. I don't believe, and I mean this as with all of the very fiber of my being, there is not a problem in America, in my view. But again, I haven't experienced it.